Has anyone ever told you you are strangely handsome?
The journey to the palace felt longer than any distance Kambili had ever traveled. She rode behind Prince Zane's guards, her heart beating heavily with every step the horses took closer to the kingdom her mother once fled from. The towering palace walls soon appeared before them, proud, magnificent, and terrifying. Memories she never lived somehow stirred inside her. This place took my mother's peace, she thought. She lowered her head, hiding her face beneath her hunter's cap. No one must know. No one must suspect. From that moment, Kambili reminded herself again, you are Kambo, a man, only a man. Life inside the palace was unlike anything she had known. Servants hurried everywhere. Musicians played softly in distant halls. Guards stood like statues along golden corridors. Prince Zane personally introduced her to the royal household. This is Kambo, he announced. From today, he serves as my personal hunting assistant. The elders looked surprised. Some guards frowned, but no one questioned the prince. Kambili bowed silently, avoiding eye contact. Yet she felt it. The prince's gaze lingered on her longer than necessary. Days turned into weeks. Kambili followed the prince everywhere, helping him prepare for hunts, polishing his weapons, arranging his armor, and even assisting him with simple royal duties. One evening, while helping the prince wear his ceremonial boots, Zane suddenly spoke. Kambo. Yes, my prince? The prince leaned forward slightly, studying her face. Has anyone ever told you you are strangely handsome? Kambili froze. Zane continued softly, almost confused by his own thoughts. Sometimes you look like a woman. Kambili quickly lowered her head. It must be the forest life, my prince, but her hands trembled slightly. The prince noticed, and for reasons he could not explain, his heart raced. From that day, something changed. Prince Zane found excuses to keep Kambili close. He asked for her presence during meals, during walks, even late-night discussions after council meetings. He laughed more when she was around, slept better when she guarded outside his chamber. Yet confusion slowly consumed him. At night, he questioned himself. Why does my heart calm when he is near? Why do I notice his smile? Why do I feel empty when he leaves the room? The prince began avoiding court ladies who once interested him. Instead, his thoughts returned again and again to one person, Kambo. One night, exhaustion finally pulled Prince Zane into deep sleep. Outside his chamber, Kambili sat quietly, unaware of the storm growing inside the prince's heart. Inside the room, the prince began to dream. In his dream, Kambili stood before him, not dressed as a hunter, but glowing softly beneath moonlight. Her hair long, her eyes gentle, her smile warm. He reached for her. Kambili, he whispered, I have searched for you. His voice trembled. I love you. Suddenly, the chamber door burst open. Dara rushed in after hearing the prince's restless voice. My prince! He shook Zane awake. The prince sat up sharply, breathing hard. Dara stared at him in disbelief. My prince, you were calling a name. Zane wiped sweat from his forehead. A dream, nothing more. Dara hesitated before speaking carefully. You said Kambo's name. Silence fell heavily. Dara's eyes widened slowly. My prince, he said cautiously, tell me the truth. Zane avoided his gaze, but Dara continued. Are you falling in love with your fellow man? The words struck like thunder. Zane stood abruptly. No, he snapped, though uncertainty filled his voice. I am the crown prince. But even as he spoke, his heart betrayed him. Outside the door, unseen by both men, Kambili stood frozen. She had come to deliver the prince's cloak, and she had heard everything. Her chest tightened painfully. Fear, confusion, and something far more dangerous, because deep inside her heart, she realized she was beginning to love him too. The cloak slipped from her hands onto the floor. The sound echoed softly through the silent hallway. Inside the chamber, Prince Zane's head turned sharply toward the door. "Who is there?" he called. Kambili's heart nearly stopped. Panic rushed through her veins. Without thinking, she quickly stepped backward into the shadows before the door opened. Prince Zane stepped out moments later, scanning the corridor. Empty. Only his royal cloak lay on the floor. He picked it up slowly, confusion clouding his face. "Kambu?" he called softly, but there was no answer. Far down the hallway, Kambili pressed herself against the cold wall, struggling to breathe. She had heard everything, every word, every confession spoken in sleep. "I love you." Her chest tightened painfully. "This cannot happen," she whispered to herself. She was living inside the very palace that once tried to kill her mother. If her true identity was discovered, death would not hesitate to find her in. And now, the prince loved her. Or rather, he believed he loved a man. From that night onward, Kambili began keeping her distance. She avoided meeting the prince's eyes, finished her duties quickly, left the room whenever possible. Prince then noticed immediately. During breakfast, he frowned. "Kambu, you barely speak these days." "I am only focused on my duties, my prince," she replied carefully. But the distance only troubled him more. The absence of her presence felt heavier than silence itself.